Okay, people. So today I woke up. So it's Monday today. So I started this Saturday, but so let's say Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we can say day two. Um, no, because this is the third full day. So let's count it as day three because all day from Friday night, all day Saturday, I was on this journey. Sunday as well, and now Monday. What I can say is my mum's amazing. Yesterday she made me some broth. Um it was, yeah, really clean. It felt clean. It went in really well. Went down really well. I found that I did some exercise yesterday. I took my son for like just a 10-minute walk, but within that walk I just felt weak. So came home and then I found I was ravenous for the entire day. So I understand why the dietitian was like, just, oh no, that's my hair color. I thought I had bits in my hair. No, that's just my hair color. Okay, sorry. Was like, just be on bed rest. I can understand why. But today I feel really good. I woke up. It's like this really intense pain here and in this quadrant here, and this really intense lightheadedness. It's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. It's more like, oh, it's that. So I know that that is a feeling that's like really a lot. But I drank a liter of water, took my vitamins, had my shower, washed the dishes, tidied up a bit. Um, then I'm gonna do every morning, and then it's like I felt okay when I got out of the shower, and I've laid on the bed, and I feel my eyes feel like ooh, like my head feels ooh again. So I'm gonna drink my milk, and then I'm gonna most probably just drink more water to keep as hydrated as possible. But yeah, if I'm honest with you, I'm very proud of myself. Like, I'm so grateful I started this process a week early with one meal a day and not eating after 6 or 7. Some days it was nearer to 7, but not eating after that point and being on milk and water while being awake during the day. Because if my mum hadn't advised me to do that, I think going straight into this without that week of prep, it would have been more intense. Like, I'm sure that as the 2 weeks go through, it will become more and more intense. But right now I feel good. It's still very tempting to just want to pinch just a little bit of like meat off of like a bone. Or so the boys are under strict instructions. They don't leave out like any food whatsoever. Like, they got to scrape their plates, they got to pack things away. So when I go in to do the kitchen clean, it's like I have to physically enter the fridge to make a choice to open the packet to eat the food. Whereas if it's just on the side, it's like, ooh. So I think that process works for me. Staying away from the kitchen works for me. Um, do you know what burnt me yesterday? My mum cooked dinner for the boys. Okay, so she made me the broth, but she cooked like chicken with dumpling and rice and gravy, and I was like, but she was really good. Like, she only bought, just because my boys don't like day old food, so she bought just enough for them to eat. But you know, like, one mouthful of rice wouldn't have hurt, like with gravy on it and a little bit of meat. Like, even if it was like a teaspoon, it wouldn't have hurt, but it would. So I didn't. But I can genuinely say, when I was running around eating all my different takeaways for my dinners, it hadn't dawned on me I needed mummy's food at least one last time. Like, for her to cook for me, like, I should have just like given her the money. She could have made me like chicken, lamb, this, that, and the other, like cooked it all up with rice and peas, and I would have just had that. Would have been a banging final supper, but I didn't think. I wish I had. So yeah, if anyone is watching this and thinks they're gonna have their final suppers, remember what you really love to eat. Like, so good eating all the other stuff, because I eating the Chinese and doing that was great, but I think what I'm gonna miss the most between now and when I can actually consume food is mummy's food, like my mum's cooking. I feel really nice today. I haven't been shaving or plucking my hairs. I've decided not to do it until just before my op. I know it sounds mad, but I want to see what happens with 2 weeks of like doing the milk and water. I wonder if it slows down, if it stops, or if it just like it just keeps coming. That sounds crazy. I don't even know what makes me want to do that. Plus, I just don't like shaving it as it is. It's a part of me. So, as much as I know most people don't like this stuff, this is just a part of me. And when I shave it and cut it, all these dark marks come, and I find them more unattractive than the hair. So be it. I think the cool thing with knowing that my bypass is coming up, like my POS will be healed. This whole borderline diabetic, oh, you're a diabetic, no, you're borderline, no, you're a diabetic, ooh, it's gonna be gone. I think today I realized that the skin on my inner thighs will be different. Like my outer thighs, my whole body's quite solid, but there's like my inner thighs is quite mushy already, like within these last week and a bit, because I've already lost like over 3.5 pounds from last week to the Saturday. So from Saturday to Saturday, I'd lost 3.5 pounds, and then when I got on scales, that's what I found out. So this is the new Saturday, so I'll weigh myself again the following Saturday. But it's like the inner thighs, like the fat is really kind of soft pudding. Almost feels like slime with skin. Like, so you don't get that slimy feel. It's quite skin, but then you push and it's like your fingers want to sink in. So I know I'll have loose skin there, and also under my arms. I'm praying my stomach contracts back. It's got a bit of an apron, but it's not got a major apron. Like, I'm not sitting there going, oh my god, this is like 50 aprons deep. It feels like that for me, to be honest with you. It feels 50 aprons deep, which is why I said it. It does feel big, but I'm praying that, giving myself 2 years before considering corrective surgery. For me, that's very important, to give myself 2 years from the date of my surgery. It should allow me to lose the excess weight and also tone and build muscle over a consistent period of time, and then I'll assess whether I am, whether I cut off all the excess skin or I just accept it. I feel like I'm gonna cut it off because I'm like, but I think I will definitely start with my inner thighs and my underarms, and then look at my belly. Like, I can see that happening. Yeah, to be honest with you, I feel good today. Today feels like a nice day. I have this feeling like, ooh, let's get ready, let's da 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 da, and it feels rather nice. So it's just fighting that and the feeling that when I'm up on my feet, my head is light, and do I want to really exert myself that way? But yes, I do. I'm sorry. You just enjoy that journey part with me. But yeah, I'm quite pumped, to be honest with you, to just get the weight off and continue living this life that I've been building and working on for so long. And I feel like now this is the part of the journey that just puts me in my reflection, which is of a much slimmer, lighter human being, healthier. Like, the problem that so my fear is that I lose too much weight. I don't want to be uber skinny. I don't find it attractive. So it's like, for me, a size 14 on my body with my broad shoulders is really good. Like a small 14. I think a size 14, the doctors have told me I need to be like, I think 8.5 stone based on my height. Hell no. That, I think like 13 stone, 12. My mum says 10 stone should be a good, but I don't want to be that slim. I think 12 is a good compromise, like 12 stone. It's a good, that's like when I can say, yeah, I think 12 stone is good. Like, that's muscle though. That's like not fat 12 stone. Like, I want muscle 12 stone. Yeah. It's so weird. I can see the body I want to have and it's mine. Like, I always thought, oh, I'd want to have like, you know, a BBL or this, that. No, I just want my body back. I haven't seen my body in like 20, 21, 22 years. Since I was like at school, you know, that playing tennis, swimming, this and the other, size 14, slight little podge, didn't really care. Like, belly didn't hang over, but that's just what I 21 years, like, I'm ready. And it's so weird, at school I got bullied so badly, like, for having long legs, for having hair that was long but not curly enough to mix with the girls with curly hair, or, you know, it wasn't white but my hair was down my back, like, but couldn't mix with those properly. But then the white girls were nicer to me than the black girls, and then the coolie girls, and then this, that, and it, like, everyone was very cliquey, and I just didn't fit, and I wanted so bad to fit. And when they used to tease me about my high bottom, my long legs, and I felt I was too nice. No, I was nice. Oh God, hindsight is a beautiful thing. Yes, I was nice. I was actually a healthy weight. I wasn't fat. I wasn't skinny like them, and I didn't want to be skinny like them. And I wish I knew what I knew now, but I think nothing before it's time. So I'm excited to step into my future and to do what I want to do. I'm excited to be the woman I want to be, because I've already started working on her, so it's freaking awesome. Like, yeah. Like, it feels really great. Like, I feel really, really good. It's just, yeah, it's been a long road. It's like 6 years to get here. Basically, I was up for this surgery in 2015, but then the doctor then felt that the balloon would have been a better option. So in 2016, I got the balloon. It was a horrible experience, but that was after doing tier 3. So I did therapy, tier 3, and then I got the balloon. The 6 months was horrendously horrible. I didn't realize that I'd lost quite a significant amount of weight. I didn't feel that way. I felt sick. I felt horrible. Like, it was just, my breath stank. It just was it was just uncomfortable. It wasn't a pleasant experience, and yeah, it just wasn't pleasant. And then 2018, I was supposed to have the sleeve, but my notes got lost and no one like could find my paperwork, so they had to start the process again. And then when they started the process again, because I was already on the tier 3 again, they were like, oh, you might as well finish it. Then 2019, there was a pandemic. So I went and did all of my stuff, went to the meetings. Yay, you're going to go through. And then there's this pandemic. And they're like, oh, you got to go in tier 3 again. And I'm like, are you for freaking real? Like, again. Yeah, they were like, even though you've had the balloon and that's technically tier 3, and you've done all the gym stuff and that's technically tier 3, and you've done all the assessment, but in the meantime, it won't hurt. But what I do love about this doctor, she was amazing. She was like, we'll do them simultaneously, like alongside each other. So you'll still be on the waiting list. You'll still do all of that, but you just go to tier 3. Like tier 3 wasn't mandatory. It was just so that it could be like, you know, work towards. And then I think by then I was just discouraged. I was doing all sorts of fad diets, trying to fix stuff. I was just tier 3, was on Zoom. I wasn't happy. I was anxious. I was down. They want us to be on camera. It just felt wrong and uncomfortable. And so by the grace of God, the universe, the alignments, the frequencies and the waves and the vibes. Sorry. It just so happened that even though I stopped doing tier 3, the hospital must have sent me a letter for an appointment. They said they sent a cancellation letter out. They've sent loads of those. Like, I've had loads of appointments. Come in, see the consultation. Oh, cancel. Come in, cancel. This last one, I didn't get the cancellation letter. So I went to the appointment. I paid like £10 to park in the hospital car park. It's during COVID. I just didn't want to be near anyone. I just wanted to go in the hospital and come out, and I'm exempt. So it's no mask, there's nothing. It's like, just get in and get out, because this is just a lot to deal with. I get upstairs and the reception's like, no, your appointment's cancelled. And I'm like, no, this can't be. Like, I've been waiting. Like, this can't be happening. And the reception team are like, you know, they've asked my name again. They're looking on the system. They're like, no, it's been cancelled. We've pushed it to the end of July. And I'm like, what? Like, what? No. Just so happens that my consultant's second in command or assistant, her nurse, who recognized my name, was like, can you wait there a minute? I just need to talk to the doctor. Reception team's like, what are you doing? She's like, give me her file a minute. I think I recognize this one. And they're like, no, but the appointment was cancelled. And she's like, look, please, just give me the file. Let me check. It's not going to hurt anything. She said, can you at least allow me to check? I was like, I'm grateful. I sat down for about 5-10 minutes. All of a sudden, my name was being called. I was being weighed. I was like, thank you. She's like, yeah, I recognize your name because you were a part of our discussion this month. And I was like, wow, like, just wow. Do you know what I mean? And then I went in and I met the consultants, well, my surgeon's second consultant, or I don't know what they're called. It's just really good names, but they're really great people. And she was like, Narissa, I spoke to you on the phone. And I was like, it was you. She's like, yeah. And I gave you the advice. And I'm so glad to see that your weight's not fluctuated too much. Okay, it's gone up, but it's not by a lot. And da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, don't worry. We're going to put you through. You're on the list. Like, you're healthier than, like, so they've got different, so we went through the different operations. So I should start there. Went through the different operations. I chose the bypass. I chose the bypass because I'm a psychological comfort eater. I eat happy. In fact, I love food. Like, people like food. People love food, but they don't love food. Like, I am not ashamed to say that I love food. Like, I'm saying like a lot. It's annoying. But I really appreciate food. And it's not to eat till I'm not a eat until I'm dying. Bleh. I'm not one of those. I'm a that and that and and that. Did you smell that? What's that? Like, I'm one of those. And my friends, they say that they can't listen to me eat because it sounds like I'm having an orgasm when I'm eating, but I just appreciate like flavors from all around the world, and the way people infuse their food and like, right? So For me, having the balloon was negative. It made me sick. Having a gastric band, I've seen too many people cheat it, and I know I would. Having a sleeve for me was an option, but the fact that it's a muscle and you can stretch it back a lot easier was not a good option for me. And when your appetite comes back, not a good option for me. I need something that when my appetite comes back, I physically just cannot indulge in it the way I would want to. So the bypass was the best option for me. And when I said it to the consultant, she was like, I can see you've done your research. I'm not objecting. And then she explained that if they go in and they can't do the bypass, they'll do the sleeve, but they're going to go in with the intention of doing the bypass. I've skipped a lot of stuff out, like how I booked this operation in Turkey. I was going to pay it for myself. There's a whole lot of stuff I was going to do. This is all NHS, so it's very different procedures. Like, I wanted it done on the NHS more than anything. I was willing to go abroad, but having it on the NHS and having my doctors being in England, my aftercare being in England, and all of that stuff just made me feel really, well, my Turkish doctors, their aftercare was in England as well. But I don't know, there was just something about it, okay? And I felt more comfortable. And then after that, we discussed basically what she let me know was that they've got a backlog, they're clearing it. But in the hospitals, they're doing the patients with diabetes, with health concerns, they're doing those in the actual hospitals. But with healthier patients, they're doing them private. So there's a potential that it's the same surgeon, but it'll be in a private hospital. And I won't, because the stays in hospital, in the actual hospitals, can go up to 4 days, 6 days. With me, they're like, you can leave the next day. I'm like, oh, they're like, you're healthy. I'm like, okay, I'll accept. Not gonna argue. Then a few weeks later, well, it's longer than that. No, it's not. It's a few weeks later. Then I got a phone call. Would you be interested in having your operation in a private hospital? Yes. They were like, oh, it's going to be BMI Blackheath and da-da-da-da-da. I said, okay, wrote it down on a piece of paper, left it alone for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I was like, I ain't heard anything. I thought, what if they got the wrong GP address? So Google BMI Blackheath, called them up. Hi, my name's Narissa. Like, I'm due to have surgery at your hospital. Just want to make sure you've got all the right details. I just don't want nothing to go wrong this time. We're looking on, put my details in, couldn't find me. She was like, hold on, I'm going to put you through to the person who arranges these appointments. I don't know any of these amazing people's names and I feel so guilty, right? And the lady was like, oh, I was going to call you, but later on in the week, you're further down my list. But as I got you on the phone, I was like, as you got me on the phone, what does that mean? Like, obviously, you went through all our details and stuff. And she was like, yeah, August the 14th, that's available. That's the next one. So I've just given away August the 7th. So August the 14th. I was like, I'll take it. She's like, I was like, yeah, right now. I'll take it. She's like, okay. So then we booked my preliminary, my pre, and my actual operation date. I went to my preliminary a few weeks back, where I went in, swabs, tests, blood, this, that, weigh-ins, blah, blah, blah. The hospital is lovely. It's beautiful. Very clean. The staff are amazing. BMI Blackheath is really lovely. Then what happened? Yeah, and then on the 11th of August, I will go in and have a COVID test. So currently, right now, I'm self-isolating, as you most already know from previous videos. And then on the 14th, I have my operation, and I just think like everything aligned in such a beautiful way, because I had then they asked me at the hospital, oh, have you spoken to a dietitian? And I was like, actually, no, like I haven't spoken to a dietitian from King's at all. then I got a phone call this week, and it just shows how blessed I feel right now. So the dietitian's like, hi, we're the dietitians. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't spoken to you. They're like, yeah, because your surgery was cancelled. You didn't attend your tier 3. You didn't finish the tier 3, so we weren't going to do your surgery. So as far as the dietitian's concerned, you weren't on the list. But the hospital's going ahead anyway. I was like, okay, humble pie, chill, whoa, heavy. Like, choices I made in my lowest point could have taken away my blessings. But as she says, because I turned up at the hospital, that nurse stepped in for me. Then I called the BMI clinic early. That stepped in for me. It meant that my operation, she said if she'd called me at the end of the week, my operation would have been more likely November, which is mid-uni, year 3. I mean, when I say that it's really true that when you want something so bad, the universe aligns and conspires to get everything in alignment for you. And so here I am, day 3, and just so grateful that in like a few days, well, 12 days, I'm going to be having my operation and able to hopefully embody what it is that I want for my life in my actual body. I think mentally I'm in a really good space. Still get highs and lows, still get my anxiety, still, because that's just life, right? But I think I'm in the best space I've ever been mentally. Because, sorry about the noise outside, got the windows open. Yeah, I'm in the best space mentally. I'm happy. Like, genuinely happy. Genuinely happy. Like, I want to cry. I just, like, I was talking to my mum yesterday, and I said to her, I wasn't ready for the blessing of the body I was given when I was younger. I wasn't there. Like, that wasn't where it was at for me. I wasn't there. That wasn't strong enough to fight for the blessings of what I've been given, you know? Like, I wasn't strong enough, and I'm ready to step into my body. I'm ready for what I see of myself to be reflective in my physical health. And yeah, I'm ready. And the haters are gonna hate, and people are gonna say all they're gonna say, but this is not an easy journey. It's a tool. It's not gonna make me slim. The amount of people that have literally reversed their surgeries by not eating healthy, by not doing these things, like, I have a physical chemical imbalance in my brain, and the fatter I get, the more my body tells me I'm hungry and I want to eat. Like, the journey is hard, and I get it. Some people walk it off for years, and some people exercise it off for years, and some people do whatever, but that wasn't my path, and I'm not ashamed of my path. I'm quite proud of it, actually. It's rather epic. So yeah, so I think for day 3, gratitude and appreciation. I'm sorry this video is so damn long, but yeah, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so blessed to have my mum and my auntie Maureen. Just so blessed. My sons are incredible supports. Just incredible, like, amazing little people. Can't wait to be in the body, to be the mum that I want to be with them. Can't wait to have adventures with them and not be afraid that I can't fit on the ride, or can't want to go walk in Edinburgh in the hills and see Scotland. I want to like really trek and just have fun. Like, I'm not about to run any marathons. I'm not gonna be sitting here going, oh, I can't wait to run this. No, that's not. I want to have fun with my children. Like genuine fun again. We used to have a lot of fun, but I didn't. But I always felt it's just. I'm grateful for where I am now. So yeah. I don't know. I feel like saying peace and love out. It's from Mikel the Energy. I really like that vibe. Peace in and love out. It's so amazing how it resonates so much now. Peace in, love out. It's mind, heart, body, and soul protection. I hope this helps somebody. Okay, so it's the evening of day 3. I'm struggling. Like, and it's not even that I'm hungry. That's the mad thing about it. Like, I'm not hungry, but I want to taste food. I'm struggling to the point where I have things to do and I'm just renegaded to my bedroom. Because every time I go outside, it's like the hunger gets worse. But it's not hunger, it's like head hunger. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I can envision the food, I can envision taste, the flavors. I can envision it all. Like, I'm just literally. I like the way my body feels. Don't get me wrong. Like, I feel lighter. Alright, my head's light, but I like the way my body feels. Like, I'm moving up and down the stairs with much more ease. I know I've lost weight and it's only like day 3. Well, it's not technically day 3. I did like a week of milk and water all day and 1 meal. But I kind of wish that was an option now. Because there's just like nothing. There's like, and I find myself frustrated and very angry. But the more I look into it, the more I realize that I always keep saying, oh, I've got this bad relationship with food, but I have a really big appreciation for food. Like, and I do have a bad relationship with it because overindulging it, plates are too big, I can't say no once I start eating, and I think that's the reason why I had to run out the kitchen. But I'm really struggling to be active. Like, it's safer for me to stay still and not move. Because when I move, I end up in the kitchen. I could be doing something else. End up back in the kitchen. It's like autopilot. No, I haven't put anything in my mouth yet. I'm like very aware of the fact that nothing's been in my mouth, but I don't think it's fair that I let myself go this bad. That I can't have the things I want. It's technically not even the end of day 3. Don't know. My head's hurting. I know it'll be worth it in the end. So I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos on why the milk water diet is so important before your operation. Again. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I've been chugging water and chugging milk all day. I even had a bowl of soup. It's just basically water with seasoning, but it's nice to change the monotony of the flavors. And even that, I have to like portion control that, because I could literally swallow a whole pot of that, and within 15 minutes I'm pissing it out, and then I'm back to feeling hungry again. So then I have to have milk, but I try and give it like an hour. Whoa. Just whoa. Like, I feel like it's so early. I could eat one chicken leg, which my mum cooked. It's sitting in the fridge. I could eat one. Flushing out my system. Like, I want to do research how long it takes for like chicken to like come out my system, to pass through your digestive tract. There must be like some reasoning behind it. But then I want to lose a stone in 2 weeks. And if I eat, I don't lose the stone in 2 weeks. Don't know. I really don't know. It's so crazy because it's like asking yourself, how much do you love yourself? And I keep saying, oh, you know, today's the 2nd, so it's day 3. You know, you're having your operation on the 14th. Just 12 more days to go. Well, it's not even 12, it's 11 more days to go. I can smell food. There's nuggets and chips in the oven. My youngest is having that for dinner. There's cheese, there's pasta, there's lamb, there's prawns. How much do you love yourself? I'm ready for the body I envision myself having. I'm ready for that. It's just, why does my journey to there have to be so hard? Like, none of my friends had to do this 2-week thing. They all had like liver specialists. And it's really hard. It's really hard. Well, so yeah. So I've got a headache, always. This is constant headache. I just want it to pass. I didn't take my Saxander, which is an appetite suppressant. I didn't want to add any toxins into my body. Do you know what I must say? Tesco's economy soya milk. Couldn't done it without them. Doesn't taste like vanilla. It tastes more like nourishment. Sometimes it tastes like really sweet. It tastes like the you know, the cereal, the milk after you've taken the frosty, that like sweet stuff. It tastes like that. Like, couldn't have done it without the Tesco soya sweetened milk. Like, I don't do cow's milk, so just couldn't have done it without it. But whoa. Yeah. One night, 2 litres of that day. And water. Peace.